If there was one open secret in the WNBA, it would be that Caitlin Clark endured some of the dirtiest and most brutal fouls in the history of women's basketball during just her first year in the league. According to the numbers, 35 flagrant fouls were called last season. And guess what? 17.1% of them were committed against Caitlin Clark.
The reverse. Oh, it took a big hit there on Jackie Young.
Now, I know that might sound surprising, but here's the crazier part. 80% of those flagrant fouls came from just one team, and that team is none other than the Chicago Sky.
Here's Clark. For 29 points, gets tripped up. Kennedy Carter now with 12 points.
These Comba baddies from CH-Town tried to take out the golden goose of the WNBA once and for all. However, their plan failed and backfired because, in the end, it was Caitlin Clark who took them down one by one. Ladies and gentlemen, here's how the reigning Rookie of the Year silenced and dominated an entire WNBA chapter. Chapter 1, U Beach. Kennedy Carter versus Caitlin Clark. On the night of June 1st, 2024, a sizable crowd gathered in Indiana for the highly anticipated first-ever WNBA matchup between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Right from the jump, CC set the tone early, firing things up by sinking a deep running three.
That's great points. Clark, cut it!
Then, she heaves a dime to the cutting blonde-haired teammate, before splashing another deep three to close out the first quarter, without a hint of hesitation or shame. In the second quarter, CC kicks things off by finding her big with a smooth swivel pass. Moments later, she drives to the hoop, gliding effortlessly and finishing with a controlled reverse layup.
Shoot, gonna have to make something happen. Clark through the lane, reverses it in.
By this point, the Sky already knew that if they didn't do something about Caitlin, she would become even harder to handle in the later stages of the game. So, just like Al Capone, Chicago put a hit out on the Fever's best player. And it was Kennedy Carter who carried it out.
That's clear.
Carter straight up clocked CC from behind. And to add even more spice to the incident, you could clearly lip-read her calling Caitlin a fapo na kotchabalbard before laying her out on the ground. Now, it was obvious that Carter was just trying to send a message, giving CC her welcome to the league moment. But here's the thing. Carter had no idea who she was messing with. Because in Caitlin's world, the only time the awi non word is used is when she's out for revenge, saying, payback. Is a band in the fourth quarter, that's exactly what happened. CC schooled the Sky, first by dishing out a pinpoint bounce pass to the rolling Nalissa Smith, who finished it off with a clutch floater. Then she jump-started a transition attack that led to Kelsey Mitchell converting the bucket plus the foul.
Oh, that was pretty! Plus the foul!
And finally, as a response to Carter's unprovoked attack, CC flexed her guns and completely bullied Dana Evans inside, making her look like a helpless 5-year-old. Though Caitlin finished with just 11 points, she added 8 rebounds and 6 assists to round out her all-around performance. More importantly, the Fever squeaked out the win, allowing Caitlin to have the last laugh. Steers Chapter 2, Rivalry Rekindled, Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. Following the controversial play that nearly put Caitlin on the shelf, another personality unintentionally grabbed the spotlight, aside from Carter. See, before their meeting, in the WNBA, Reese had already taken shots at Caitlin, especially during their epic battle in the NCAA championship. So when people started speculating whether she really had beef with Caitlin, Reese quickly cleared the air by saying,
"At the end of the day, it's a game that we do both love, but there is no hate."
However, when she was caught on camp clapping and cheering after Kennedy Carter deck, Caitlin Angel quickly went into full defense mode and even made the situation about her.
I'll take the bad guy role. Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Reese's sudden flip-flop caused quite a stir among Caitlin's fans. Now, I have no idea if Caitlin heard what she said in that interview, but in their next matchup on June 16th, it definitely felt like she did, because CC wasted no time, bringing the pain from all angles. First, she floated the rock off the glass with a smooth finish. Then she freed herself up and drilled a 3 from the top. From her reaction, you could tell she was completely locked in and extra motivated for this one. And speaking of being locked in, CC wasn't just dominating offensively. She had her fingerprints all over the defensive end too, clamping down like an illegally parked car in downtown. Meanwhile, Angel kept airballing easy looks under the rim and getting denied over and over again. Painful to watch, to say the least. Caitlin racked up 7 points early, leading the Fever in scoring. And in the second quarter, she kept the pressure on, pinning 2 defenders on her back before laying it in softly. To close out the first half on a high note, the point god set the table for Katie Lou, who knocked down a triple from the wing. The Fever took a 47-43 lead at halftime, and after her strong first-half performance, CC kept the momentum going in the third. She started by unleashing a nasty snatchback that completely threw her defender off track. Moments later, she kept the ball moving with a quick touch pass before muscling Lindsay Allen in the weight room, finishing strong in the paint. On the other end, Reese kept laying bricks and wildly missing shots, watching Caitlin light up the scoreboard while she couldn't buy a bucket. The frustration was clearly building for Angel, and in an attempt to stop CC from doing any more damage, she played the villain, going for Caitlin's head. On the replay, it was clear that Angel was never going for the ball, and the ref saw the same thing. That's why they upgraded the call and assessed her with a flagrant foul. But even though Caitlin got the right call this time, she wasn't satisfied with just 2 free throws. So in the fourth quarter, she took justice into her own hands, delivering punishment right to the Sky's doorstep. First, she swatted away May's 3-point attempt. Then, on the other end, she dished out a perfect dime to Aaliyah Boston, as she rolled to the rim. With about 3 minutes left and the Fever up by 4, CC came up clutch, drilling a 3-pointer off the curl. And to put the final nail in the coffin, she found Nalissa Smith underneath for the game-sealing bucket. Caitlin got her cold-blooded revenge, nearly dropping a triple-double with 23 points, 9 assists, and 8 rebounds, all while securing her second win against Angel Reese and her rough Chicago crew. Chapter 3. Coup de grace, Diamond to Shields vs. Caitlin Clark. Following that big win, the Fever took another victory in their next matchup with the Sky, squeaking by in a close one. But with one final game left in the regular season series, Caitlin knew she had to win to silence them for good. And so, on the night of August 30th, CC suited up, locked in, and wasted no time getting down to business. For her first bucket, she delivered a Caitlin special, launching and drilling a 3 from the top of the key. That same trend continued in the second quarter as she splashed back-to-back long bombs, both off the catch and on the move, to break the game open. Then, in the fourth quarter, CC went hunting for blood, one last time to put Chicago away, once and for all. With the game already out of reach, CC led the break after a turnover, but out of nowhere she got tripped up, taking a hard fall. To avoid any serious injury, the Fever finally pulled Caitlin from the game, but there was no need for her to get back at DeShields directly, because she let her performance do all the talking. CC finished with a dominant 31 points, 12 assists, and 4 rebounds, completely owning the Chicago Sky and winning the season series 3-1-1. And if you're looking for one last moment of revenge, just listen to the crowd's reaction as she trolled the Sky in their own backyard.